Yukari Takeba is coming very soon. So in this video, I'll be looking at the kit for the first time and see whether or not she's good. I think I've heard like mixed opinions on her, like some say good, some say bad. I have no idea. The only thing I know about her is that she's a medic, wind medic. I assume she's a healer or something, which makes sense. That's what she does in the main game. And I think she can charge DOG or something. It sounds pretty good actually. But anyways, let's go to the A0. So inflict wind erosion or wind erosion enemies. So inflict the same thing or the same thing. Okay, that's interesting. They restore party's HP. Okay. Then grant Yukari one whisper, wind whisper stack. Second 2 times, you get activate healing to 1 time before the start of the next turn. So A0 is just some healing stuff. Then skill 1, deal wind damage to 1 target. Then inflict wind sweep. Then inflict the target with wind erosion for 2 turns. There can only be 1 wind erosion. I assume 1 target, one erosion. Okay. When 4 with wind erosion is defeated, transfer wind erosion to the 4. Okay, what does this thing do? Oh, there's a passive also. When allies use skills, if any skill target has wind erosion, increase skill attack. Ah, okay. This kind of reminds me of Tempest Wind skill 1. It applies like a debuff kinda. So increase the attack of the skill damage that targets the wind erosion. Skill 2, decrease party's damage taken, so there's a lot of sustained stuff so far. Then increase the main target's attack, okay. And damage. So it's 9.8% damage, 31% attack. That's okay, I guess damage is a bit low. 9.8 is very low damage. Skill 3 is a healing skill. That's a lot of healing, man. Then spend all wind whisper. Or do you get wind whisper again? Oh yeah, this one, okay. For false attack wind erosion, then you get wind whisper. Then restore, okay, 17.5%, no percent, 17.5 DOG energy. How much does it take to charge? I think it's 100. I think it depends. I think every DOG has different number, like a different charge requirement. They increase the target's attack after using DOG 29.3. It's too much attack, man. I don't like this. Too much attack. Where is the damage? Stack out to 2 times. Okay, 2 times that's 58. Okay, then when restoring DOG energy, save the overflow DOG energy, then return it after the target's used DOG. That's pretty good actually. Up to the DOG energy cap. That's for 2 turns. The main target is not a Seas member. Then for every stack of Wind Whisper, increase their next high total damage by total damage amp. Is that final damage? Is that the final damage? Then that might be decent. But again, not a lot of DPS do damage with their, like do good damage with their highlight. So this will be interesting. Then DOG, 70. Oh, she charges only 70. Each charge is 35, right? That means you can use it every 2 turns. That's really good actually. Okay, but we need to see what the DOG does first. Deal wind damage to 1/4. That's a very high skill multiplier actually, 400. Especially for like a support, a medic. Increase party's damage, but it's up to 19.5. Remove 2 buffs on the target. Then inflict wind sweep. Inflict wind erosion. What even is a rotation actually? I'm trying to figure out. Because you can only use 2 of the 3 skills, right? Anyways, as his skill, cure 1 debuff. That's actually quite useful. Especially in like those very annoying stages. It's only once per battle, right, I think. But it's nice. Yukari is on the field, increase party's highlight and TG damage. This is going to be interesting to test her with Kasumi actually. Because this one buffs highlight, this one also buffs highlight. During battle, increase max HP, okay, this is whatever. Cascading scales on attack, right? Yeah. So this is just to allow her to tank more, I guess. So let me try and guess the rotation for this one. Skill 3 is definitely a must. Now it's either skill 1 or skill 2. It's probably skill 1 actually, because you need to inflict wind erosion, right? So it's 1 and 3. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. This is very interesting. I assume it's because of the DOG actually. Because DOG can also inflict wind erosion. That means you don't need to use the skill 1 anymore. And since the first turn you don't use DOG, you have to use skill 1 to inflict it first. So this actually makes sense. But this is also excluding the buff that Global might get. You know, the Global buff might change things a bit. I think that they might buff her to include more stuff because her buffs are not a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot. Like this 20% damage, this is lower than a Wonder debuffing highlight. So it's not really that impressive in terms of like buffing capabilities. Okay, let me look at the weapon first. So 4-star weapon increase attack with healing, okay, which is very whatever. Then 5-star weapon increase attack by a bit more. Then when allies restore HP by attacking the foes with wind erosion, increase healing, more healing. Then when using arrow of rejuvenating skill 3, right? Yes, when you use skill 3, for every stack of wind whisper spend, increase party's damage 10% up to 20% damage buff. The weapon is not really, it doesn't look that strong. Only 20% damage. Okay, let's look at awareness A1. That's our battle. You gain max stacks of wind whisper and then restore 70 TOG. Ah, so I assume you can just skip the skill 1 now. TOG energy overflow on turn 1, you can save 35 overflow energy. She might be able to highlight like twice in a row. Possibly. We're using skills on allies increase target's pierce rate. Okay. This is pretty good. Pierce rate is nice. In A2, using TOG, you gain immunity to spiritual elements. This is whatever, I guess. Oh, crit damage 30% to the party. That's pretty good. I don't know what is a dollar sign here. $2 turns. But the crit damage 30% is pretty good. It's kind of interesting actually because A2 is TOG, then A4 is TOG again. It's usually only the A4 that's like highlight and TOG stuff. It's a bit strange that A2 is TOG also. Then A4, you restore HP after using TOG. Increase damage of 10% more, that's nice I guess. A6 doubles the healing. No, not the healing, doubles the TOG energy. Then when restoring TOG energy, save the overflow TOG energy up to the TOG energy cap. Okay. Honestly, I can see why people say it's a little bit underwhelming. I mean, I'm no doubt she's gonna be a really good like sustained character. I think she's gonna keep the team alive very well. She heals quite a lot I feel. A0 already heals, skill 3 also heals. So that's already a lot of healing. But in terms of buffing, not a lot of buffs. But yeah, A1 rotation, yeah, okay, you skip the skill 1, that makes sense. Because you can use TOG turn 1 now. Or you can do 3-2-3-2, that's interesting. Creation, reconciliation makes sense. Integrity, ruin. Oh, this might be good. But it's 10% only actually. Creation, reconciliation is 12%. So this one is higher number. Okay, so healer whose core function is TOG charging. From a buffer perspective, she is limited to Persona 3 party setups. But as a healer, she performs well in survival focused environments, which is... I mean, I can see that. She does look like she heals a lot. Especially like a higher awareness, she heals a lot. Then apply stacks to enemy or attacking stack enemy, she gains stacks that restore heal and charge TOG. This additional healing activates only once before Yukari's action begins. Okay. Shows significantly reduced performance if the ally is not cease member. Provides weaker buffs, I agree actually. Doesn't look like a lot. I think a big problem is that she buffs a lot of attack. Which is not a bad thing, but you also want to buff a lot of damage. You want to do more damage. Like you only do buff damage here, 19.5. Then... this one, 9.8. So that's 30% only. 30% only. For A0 R0, that is not a lot. A wonder buffing highlight is already 30%. But you do get TOG damage increase, but Makoto doesn't really do that much damage with TOG. Especially compared to like his skill 3. So it's not really that crazy. At least until we get like a TOG main DPS. DPS that has most of the damage from TOG. For Makoto Yuki, it's fine. Actually, hold on, let me do some calculations on the TOG charge. Because Makoto Yuki just need like 30 more to do a third TOG. But then 17.5. And this can overflow, right? Yes, it can overflow, so I think it's possible to get the TOG. So that's still okay. That's still okay for Makoto. But generally, I can see why people are not impressed. Because she doesn't buff a lot. But as sustain, I have no doubt she's gonna do well. I'll be curious to see like what buffs they're gonna give to her.